Is this thing on? Hello? 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 Max, is it on? Max, can you hear me? Max, is it on? I'm talking to the TV again, buddy. What the hell? Hello? Fucking goddamn. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello everybody and welcome to another episodic installation of the Above It All program. I haven't done one of these in a while, so bear with me. I'm going to be a little rusty. I got this Max dog here. He's being a dog right now. Max, are you a dog? Okay. Welcome to today's program. I don't know what I'm doing. It's been a long time since I've done this, so gotta practice, you know. I'm a little rusty. Oh, I don't know if you can see this, but this Max is going crazy. Oh, he's crazy. Alright. So apparently this is a news show, I guess. It's a news program. At least that's what they tell me. I haven't really been paying attention to the news for the last couple of weeks. Started paying attention a couple days ago, a little bit. And I heard about a couple of things. That I'm gonna get into. But, you know, we're gonna hold the phone for a moment. Anyway, the Above It All news program is brought to you by Max the dog for being a dog. Everybody. Shit. So, welcome to the Above It All news program. Watch it happen. Oh! Oh. It's all falling apart. Above It All news show is brought to you by I have some notes in here somewhere. It's a news show today. For those wondering, I had a good break. I'm a little distracted by this dog. I don't know. I had a good break. I took a break. And now I'm here. It's like the break never happened. And I'm here. So, let's drink some coffee, huh? Everybody, I have one thing to say, though, to bring us back into the news program. And that is, it's getting a little hot outside. Does anyone notice this? Getting a little hot. I'm wearing short sleeves. Anyone notice short sleeve going on? It's a little hot outside. And so when it gets approximately this kind of weather, we often use the word season to describe relatively consistent shifts in weather. But I have other metrics that I use to determine what kind of season we are in the United States of America. And that is whether or not people are killing their kids in hot cars. That's right, everybody. It is the season of the hot car. Florida child 2 dies after parents allegedly leave girl in hot car for 14 hours. A toddler in Florida died after the girl was allegedly left in a hot car by her parents overnight. According to authorities earlier in the week, the girl's parents, Catherine Adams and Christopher McLean, were arrested and charged with child neglect, possession of methamphetamine, and possession of drug paraphernalia, according to the Holmes County Sheriff's Office. More charges are anticipated. This is some shit that, by the way, happens. Drugs, no drugs, whatever. The drugs are kind of negligible in this instance. Like, it's possible that the drugs led them to do this, sure. But this happens all the time in the United States of America. I remember last year I made a big point of trying to cover every hot car death I could, and it's like all over the place. Like, you know, people are killing their kids in Texas, they're killing their kids in Louisiana, they're killing their kids in Florida, they're killing their kids in goddamn North Carolina. They're killing their kids all over the place. Why? Well, probably because parents are fucking stupid. I don't know, man. Like, we got a lot of these stupid motherfuckers crawling around this rock, and they're leaving their kids in hot cars. So, quote, the baby was asleep in the car seat. They decided to leave the child in the car and went inside and ultimately fell asleep and did not wake up or did not realize the child was in the car until around 3:41 that afternoon. Damn. Wow. So again, it's the season of the hot car. Look at these guys. These are the boys in blue. They're going to keep us safe. Everybody, you ever think about this? Like, right, ostensibly, cops are here to keep us safe. And yet, here they are telling us about the dead kid. Why aren't they telling us about how they found a kid dying in the car and they saved the kid? Why? Well, because cops don't do any sort of preventative crime stopping. All they do is show up after people are dead, maybe kill a black person or two, and then go on with their press conference. That's pretty much all cops do. But, you know, just a little sidebar there. Deputies arrived at the scene after a 911 call was made from the home when the child was found. And first responders began life-saving measures, but the child was pronounced dead shortly after EMS. So the child was boiled alive 6 hours ago. But don't worry, EMS provided life-saving measures. Now, I'm not saying I want police to start patrolling everywhere for hot cars. I'm just trying to, like, you know, let you all know the cops they don't do anything. So, but also, it's the season of the hot car, everybody. So if you have kids, I suggest buying a time machine, going back in time and getting rid of those kids, because any minute now, you're going to say, whoops, I forgot Daisy, and she's boiled alive in the hot car. So, for those of you that have kids, be careful. Don't forget that you have kids temporarily, and leave them in hot cars. So, there you go, folks. This is one thing that, like, I gotta say, this is like a climate change thing. Because my mom used to leave me in a car for fucking hours on end, you know, when I was a little kid. But this was, you know, it wasn't that hot out back in the day. You know, when I was, 20 years ago, when I was a youngster, my mom left me in a car for a couple hours. It wasn't that hot. I didn't sweat to death and die. It's also like, even if it did get a little hot, you know what I'd do? I'd roll down the fucking window. talk about, like, Darwin Award here for the little kid. I know, you might be thinking, 2 years old. Come on, are you really going to tell a 2-year-old they're too stupid to live? Well, apparently I am, yes. Because all you had to do was roll down the motherfucking window, and you would have been probably, maybe you wouldn't have been fine, but hey, I don't know, man. You're 2 years old, you don't know how to roll down a window. Hey, anyway, so there you go, everybody. There's the news story for today. Hot car season. So get your hot cars here. Andrew Kohler just reminded me they have electric windows now. I already. Oh Christ, that's true. That's true. They do have electric windows that need the car to be on. I forgot about that completely. But that's okay. Why didn't this fucking stupid kid just like fucking, I don't know, put the keys in the car, whatever, turn the fucking car on, and then lower the goddamn windows? Yeah, I forgot. They had a crank back in my day. Back in my day, we used to crank our windows open. Oh, God. It's a nice carpet at the cop station, by the way. Look at this shit. It's a nice carpet. Very clean. Like, I'm not saying the material is nice per se, but I'm saying it's a very clean carpet. It looks like freshly vacuumed situation going on there. But anyway, doing a show. Welcome, everyone. This is the Above It All News Show. That's the first news story I've done in 2 weeks. Can you believe that? Talking about dead kids. I mean, what a great way to bring the show back after a 15-ish day hiatus. Maybe 16, I don't know. Talk about some dead kids. That really brightens my day. Oh boy, it's time to go on and do my news show again after a great, refreshing break. Let's talk about some dead kids. Now again, I'm going to be honest with you. I did not pay attention to the news really at all until like maybe 2 or 3 days ago. I'm still catching up. If anyone has any stories that you want me to talk about, maybe I'll provide a place for you to link them to me so I can catch up. Maybe it'll be on my Discord server. Probably not. But feel free to just, yell into the void in the chat and maybe I'll look it up. I don't know. But still catching up on some stuff here. So bear with me. This isn't not gonna be an informed show today. I'm just having some fun. And what do I think is fun? Oh, talking about dead kids. But I already did that. Wait a second. Hold on. While we're talking about dead kids, 8-year-old girl sought medical help 3 times on the day she died, U.S. immigration officials say. U.S. immigration officials say an 8-year-old girl who died last week in Border Patrol custody was seen at least 3 separate times by medical personnel on the day of her death. So this is one of those crazy-ass fucking things where, I mean, again, does anyone remember when Donald Trump was in office and you had all the liberals going like, concentration camps, there's concentration camps, right? And then like Joe Biden comes into office, gives them the concentration camps, gives ICE way more money. But then the liberals are like, whoa, concentration camps. I believe they're referred to as processing facilities or whatever the fuck, right? But like, under Trump, we have concentration camps, huge deal. Biden comes in, gives them more money, beefs them up, improves every aspect of the salaries, destroys the conditions even further. All of a sudden, they're processing facilities, right? So, or whatever it was that the term. I know at one point the White House, like Kamala Harris, said some specific term that was really funny. But again, we got some dead kids in Texas. Dead kid, I should say. There's only one for now. I mean, there's, hundreds over the course of the last, however many years since we've had these concentration camps. I started in, 2002, 2003, somewhere around then. But anyway, An 8-year-old girl who died last week in Border Patrol custody was seen at least 3 separate times by medical personnel on the day of her death, complaining of vomiting, a stomach ache, and later suffering what appeared to be a seizure before she was taken to a hospital, U.S. immigration officials said on Sunday. So I have a question, like, medical personnel, right? Like, so you're a medical person or personnel and you're working at some concentration camp. Like, I'm sure you're really out there caring about the people that you're seeing, right? I'm sure you're not just there just so that the people at the concentration camp can tick off that we have medical personnel on staff, right? Like, it's definitely not just like, you know, a way to check a box or anything. Like, no, these people really care about these 8-year-olds, right? The girl's mother had previously told the Associated Press that agents had repeatedly ignored her pleas to hospitalize her medically fragile daughter, who had a history of heart problems and sickle cell anemia. Anadith Tane Reese Alvarez, whose parents are Honduran, was born in Panama with congenital heart disease. Quote, she cried and begged for her life, and they ignored her. They didn't do anything for her. Mabel Alvarez Benedicts, the mother of Anadith, had previously told the Associated Press during an interview on Friday. In a statement, U.S. Customs and Border Protection said it knew about the girl's medical history when personnel began treating her for influenza 4 days before her death on May 17. Like, that's the thing. Like, why? Like, you know, cops lie, right? And what are the guards at concentration camps? They're cops, right? They're just like the beefier versions. But, like, the other thing about it is cops lie, and that's in their job description. They do it every time they open their mouth. But then the other aspect of cops is that they're fucking stupid, right? They're dumb motherfuckers, right? They have, like, you know, I don't know. Like, they got some fucked up brain disease, okay? Goddamn FUBs or whatever it is. Fucked up brain syndrome. So that's what they got. So why would you say that you knew about the medical history 4 days before the girl died? Because if you did, if that is true, then don't you belong in jail? You know what I mean? Right? But it's like they don't want to seem like they're incompetent, right? They would rather look like murderers. Oh yeah, you know, we just killed this kid for entertainment. It's not that we didn't know. We're not incompetent, for Christ's sake. You know, because that's really what it boils down to. They don't want to be perceived as incompetent. They don't want to be like, oh, well, we didn't even know the girl had sicknesses. Right? No, they knew. They killed her on purpose. For fun. That's why she's dead. She's dead because they enjoyed it. They like torturing people for entertainment. Right? So again, that's why they say this shit. Because one, qualified immunity, they're all fine. They're going to be protected no matter what. So it really comes down to, do we look incompetent and we accidentally killed someone, or do we look competent and we killed them on purpose? Well, you know, everyone knows that cops kill people and they do it for fun, so they don't want to look like they're the incompetent ones, so they're just going to say proudly, yes, we knew that we were killing this person, we knew we were torturing them, and it wasn't a mistake. We did it on purpose. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry, guys. We're not fucking up here. We're just killing people on purpose. CBP, acting commissioner Troy Miller, said in a statement that while his agency awaits the results of an internal investigation, I love it. You know, I took a break from the news, for those of you that don't know, but it's all the same. I come back. We got cops lying, cops killing people for no reason. But wait, don't worry, everybody. There's an internal investigation. Oh, wow. Wowee. There's an internal investigation. All right, so what happened? They found out this person was sick. They tortured them like Jigsaw in a horror film for 4 days. They died. By the way, person, 8-year-old child. Tortured them like Jigsaw for 4 days. Then they're dead. And, but don't worry, there's an internal investigation. Man, I love this shit. You know, I don't love the dead kids, obviously. Well, I'm to be honest with you, I'm ambivalent on the dead kids. Kids die every day. But, like, what I'm against, as a matter of principle, I'm against concentration camps. I don't think they're a good thing. You know, whether or not they be Adolf Hitler's, whether or not they be Franklin Delano Roosevelt, whether or not they be Donald Trump or Joe Robinette Biden, I'm not a fan of concentrating human beings in camps and then torturing them to death for entertainment. That's just I find other ways of entertainment. I play video games, I listen to music, I watch movies, some people, they become cops and they murder children for entertainment. Hey, whatever, but that's just not my thing. But again, it's just like, it's kind of weird that we live in this society where it's like, this is like news stories that happen almost every day. Cops are murdering people for entertainment, torturing them for entertainment, burning people alive for entertainment, shooting them when they're running away for entertainment, kidnapping them from their families because their family took them to the doctor, right? Like, cops are just like, they're a bunch of crazy, fucked up freaks. And, again, it's just a little weird, that we live in this kind of world where we have, 1, concentration camps at the border, 2, cops are allowed to just destroy and murder and torture children. And 3, no one really gives a fuck. You ever notice this? No one gives a fuck. Like, again, remember when Donald Trump was president and the liberals were like, oh my God, concentration camps. They won an election, gave all the fucking Nazis more money, and then washed their hands of the whole thing, right? So again, like, no one really gives a fuck. Let's just be honest with you, right? You don't give a fuck. Do you really? Oh my God, so heartbreaking. Oh my God. Oh. Do you really care? Like, let's be honest. On an emotional level, do you really care? Maybe a little. Maybe. You might get a single tear out of you if we're lucky. On a cognitive level, it's fucked up. We all know it's fucked up. But we don't care. We don't fucking give a shit. Like, let's be honest about it, right? Like, I don't care. I don't care about dead kids. I don't care about the concentration camps. I think they're bad. We shouldn't have them. But nothing I can do is going to stop them. Nothing you can do is going to stop them. That's just the world we live in. We live in a fucking neo-Nazi state. And that's just how it is. So don't worry, everyone. Vote blue. Because that's going to solve all of our problems. And where's the solution? I don't know. I don't have a solution. Oh. Cops kill people. What are you going to do? I don't know. Leave the country, I guess. That's my solution. But anyway, dead kids. Cops killed them. Are they going to go to jail? Now, I will end this segment by saying this once again. I say this often. The most prolific serial killers in American history, no, it's not Ted Bundy. No, it's not what other guys like Dahmer or whatever they're making Netflix documentaries about. The most prolific serial killers in American history are police and politicians because they have murdered thousands and thousands of people. Police, they do it with their own hands. Politicians, they usually pay the cops to do it. They pay assassins to do it, right? Cops, they kill people for fun. Right? So the most prolific serial killers we've ever seen in this country are not Jeffrey Dahmer or whatever the other fuckers you were watching on Netflix. They're the boys in blue. They're the guys wearing suits and going to Washington. So think about that one for a moment, Jack. But anyway, dead kid, tortured to death for entertainment. These guys enjoyed it. I'm sure there's some CCTV camera footage of them having a great time watching this kid have a seizure. And I'm sure that nothing is going to happen to them because, again, we live in America, and this is a neo-Nazi state, so what are you going to do? But, I'm not here to do a news show to make you upset. That's not my goal. I'm not here to do a news show to make you cry. That's not my goal. I'm here to do a news show to make you think about the world. At least ostensibly. I think that's why I'm here. Sometimes I don't even know anymore, but just think about the world. And I'm not saying that necessarily you're going to think about the world and come up with a solution. I mean, I hope you come up with a solution. Credit me, by the way, if you do. If you figure out how to solve this problem of concentration camps in a neo-Nazi state, give me credit. You don't need to pay me. I don't need any royalty. Just give me credit, By the way, shout outs, Andrea. Just throw that somewhere. And that's all I request. But while we're talking about cops killing people, this is just like, what? Border Patrol agents shoot tribal member dead in southern Arizona. This is one of those things where it's like, I open up my news feed and I'm like, what kind of headline is this? Like, you ever think about it, right? Language shapes how we see the world. Most people don't even understand that. I'm willing to say that probably 90 to 95% of people, at least in America, are zombies. They're not actually thinking, breathing, rational humans. They're just sleepwalking from work. You know, go back to home. You know, maybe we'll watch something on the telly for a little bit, pass out drunk, wake up, repeat the cycle. That's 90 to 95% of Americans, right? But the thing is, language shapes how we see the world, even subconsciously, right? So when you read the news and you think, oh, I'm an informed citizen, and you just read surface level shit, like Border Patrol agents shoot tribal member dead in southern Arizona, like what kind of fucked up headline is that? What is this headline? Here's another alternative. Neo-Nazi freak guns down innocent person in Arizona. No reason given. How about this one? Neo-Nazi fired from government after murdering innocent tribal member. How about that? Nah, let's just go with Border Patrol agents shoot tribal member dead. By the way, shoot dead. I got another word for that. It's called kill. It's called murder. It's called execute, assassinate. It's a lot easier to type out than shoot blank dead. Like, what is it? What is this, some Leave It to Beaver ass shit? What are you, 4 years old, man? Shoot them dead. Who the fuck says that shit? Jesus Christ. The FBI and Tohono O'odham National Police are investigating the fatal shooting of a tribal member by U.S. Border Patrol agents in southern Arizona. Customs and Border Protection officials said agents from the Ajo Border Patrol Station were involved in a fatal shooting. I love this shit, but again, like, you know, does anyone remember, by the way, 2020? This is like a fucking fever dream. Like, it may or may not have happened. When, like, the whole country had protests all across the country over, you know, just policing. Does anyone remember this? Like, I seem to remember, like, there were, like, I seem to remember this, like, footage of, like, Washington, D.C., and, like, there was this, like, building on fire, and, like, people on the news were talking about how, like, black people were going to destroy the country and shit. Like, does anyone remember this? I seem to remember it. And I also remember everyone in the liberal media, and I say liberal media here, capital L, everyone in the liberal media here was talking about, we gotta take accountability for our bull, blah, blah, blah. We gotta be better. Remember all those, like, remember when the Democrats did that whole kneeling thing with the fucking African cloth or whatever? Like, that fucking means anything? Like, George Floyd gave a shit about kente cloth, right? Like, oh, wow, that he would have been smiling his, remember? By the way, just real quick, I'm having fun with this one. Does anyone remember when Nancy Pelosi, like, thanked George Floyd for dying? Like, that was crazy. But again, we saw this whole thing. This is like a couple of years ago. Like, this is literally, like, this happened a couple years ago, right? Like, the whole country, a national reckoning. You saw this on CNN, MSNBC, the AP. By the way, this is from the Associated Press, by the way. You saw everything. We got to take accountability for how we talk about policing. By the way, 3 years later, shot him dead in an officer-involved shooting. What does that mean? Involved in a shooting, in a fatal how do you, in what world can you murder somebody and the news says, oh, you were involved in a fatal shooting? Well, yeah, I mean, I guess I was involved. I was the one who shot somebody. Fuck. Wow. Are you telling me that when an entire country and the media apparatus said we're going to do better, are you telling me that they actually didn't mean it? Wow. Wow. Let's keep going. They said the incident is under review by Customs and Border Protection's Office of Professional Response. Yeah, again, language shapes how we see the world, folks. Wow. Okay, I mean, this is a masterclass. Like, I mean, honestly, we should be paying them money for this one because this is too good. They said the incident is under review. Oh, wow. Great news, everybody. Don't worry. Someone got killed, murdered, shot, dead in a Border Patrol involved shooting. But don't worry. It's under review by the Customs and Border Protection's Office of Professional Responsibility. Oh, wow, that's just great. You know, I was very upset when I heard about this, but now that I found out that the Office of Professional Responsibility is getting involved, well, needless to say, that makes me feel all better. All of my issues, all of my problems with this one, they're on hold because the Office of Professional Responsibility, well, they're looking into it, folks. Like, I mean, like, come on, like, but again, think about it. Most people, they read this and they're just like, oh, it's the Office of Professional Responsibility. Again, most people are fucking stupid. They're fucking dumb. They're dumb motherfuckers. I need you to understand, the average person, dumber than dog shit. The average person. And then half of the people are dumber than that! And then about 25%, a little smarter, but let's be honest, it's negligible. Right? Most people are just fucking stupid. And that's why the media can get away with this Office of Professional Responsibility bullshit. It doesn't mean anything. There is no Office of... Like, we have a neo-Nazi organization that works in concentration camps. But don't worry. Shooting indigenous people for fun and entertainment. Don't worry, everybody. There's an Office of Professional Responsibility. Tribal Chairman Ned Norris Jr. said in a statement Sunday that the shooting occurred in the Menegers Dam community of the Tohono O'odham Nation and identified the victim. Nation member Raymond Matia lost his life in the incident. Our hearts go out to his family and those impacted during this difficult time. As the investigation proceeds, the nation expects full consideration. Now, I'm not here to be the white person. You know, I'm not trying to have a white woman moment live on stream or anything. But, I mean, what kind of statement is this? Hey, I don't know, man. I don't know. Hey, who am I to judge? As the investigation proceeds, the nation expects full consideration of all related facts of the incident and an appropriate and expeditious response from relevant public safety agencies. Because the investigation is ongoing, we will refrain to be making further comment at this time. Like, talk about an L on a statement. Like, this is a gigantic L. Hey, again, I'm here. I'm the white person here providing Monday morning quarterbacking on this statement. I know that these people are really having a rough time right now. But I mean, so let me get this straight. A neo-Nazi comes into your land, murders one of your people, but don't worry, it's under investigation. Like, they're investigating themselves. Like, I don't know, man. You'd think you would put out a tougher statement than that. If one of my friends was shot and killed by a neo-Nazi, needless to say, I would not be saying anything like that. But that's just me, okay? That's just me. I'm not here to try to police how people are allowed to express themselves. If they want to, you know, be the noble and good people that are saying the right thing and allowing nothing to happen, that's fine. They can continue doing that. Tucson TV station KVOA reported that Matsia had called Border Patrol because there were multiple migrants who had trespassed into his yard, and he wanted assistance getting them off his property. Hold on. Hold the phone. What? Now, again, where is this information coming from? The TV station. Where did they get that information from? Probably the cops. But... So again, cops lie. We can't really ever take them at their word. And also, again, local news, they lie right along with the cops. Though, what they're trying to say is that this guy called the cops because he's a racist piece of shit. And then the cops, because they're also a racist piece of shit, killed the wrong person. Now, hey, I wasn't there. I don't know the situation. Right? Certainly a little interesting. KVOA says Matsia's family told the station. Okay, so the family told the station. Then he went outside when he saw the agents and he was shot multiple times for an unknown reason only 2 feet from his front door. Man. I mean, I'm going to be honest. It's hard to feel bad for this guy. So, you're a fucking racist piece of shit. But also, you're not a white person, right? You're of indigenous descent. So, but you think, you know, your racism is somehow more noble than the other racism, you know. So you're thinking, don't worry, we're on the same team. We're all racists here. We all hate aliens here. Hey, brown people, fuck them, am I right? Right, so let's get the neo-Nazis over here to go deal with the aliens. But hey, everything's fine. I'm trying to figure out the thought process here. You know? Hey, whatever. I mean, now that I think about it, you know what? I changed my mind on this statement. I think this statement's probably pretty good. When you factor in that the guy got killed because he called the racist there to kill other fucking people, you know what? Let's say that statement, not bad. They're just trying to get this whole thing over with. Whoops. Racist called more racists, and then the racist killed the wrong guy. Whoops. I mean, hey, happens every day in America. Anyway, there's some news for you coming out of Arizona. There you go. Courtney is locked outside the house. Goddamn. Hate when that happens. Alright, everybody. It's a news show. This is what you people are here for, right? For news? This is why you people tune in, right? What if I told you that in the United States of America, people die in the dumbest of possible ways? You know, they lock their kids in the car for 15 hours, you know. They eat too much junk food over the course of 50 years and then they get diabetes, right? Oh, you know, they smoke cigarettes for 40 years and then they get lung cancer. Americans kill themselves in the dumbest ways imaginable. That said, I've got one for the books. Indiana man killed, 2 teenagers wounded after grenade found inside grandfather's belongings explodes. I mean, damn. Like, let's talk about top 10 dumbest ways to die. Your dad left a grenade in the fucking luggage and you accidentally unzipped in the wrong way and blew yourself up. Whoops. I mean, now, there's so many layers here, but, like, we gotta start with, like, why the fuck was this grandfather carrying around a live grenade? Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm serious, man. I read this shit, I'm like, no way. Like, keep in mind, I took 2 weeks off. I didn't read a single news story, maybe for 13, 12 days. You know, last couple days I was trying to get back into it. But, like, and I, like, this is one of the first things I see when I get back into the news. I'm seeing Indiana man killed. Oh, wow. Okay, let's find out more. 2 teenagers wounded after a grenade found inside grandfather's belongings explodes. Like, I mean, like, what the fuck? Right? Now, I'm gonna give the guy slack. If I'm opening up a bag and I see a grenade inside of a bag, I'm not going to lie to you. My instinct is that it's not a live grenade. Like, why would fucking grandpa be bringing around live grenades? You know, like, oh, like, it's in a bag, right? Or it's in a belongings. But what does that mean? Like, the grandpa's dead and they're looking through his shit? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out together, everybody. Law enforcement officials in Lake County, Indiana, said a man was killed and his 2 teenage children were injured after a live grenade in a grandfather's belongings detonated. The Lake County Sheriff's Department said officers responded to reports of an explosion. Investigators learned that a family was going through a grandfather's belongings at a home when they found a grenade. So, what does that mean? They were going through a grandfather's belongings at a home? Can we speak English? Like, just a message to the media. Do you understand the English language? Like, because this is not, like, investigators learned that a family, what does that mean, a family? What? A family? How about the family, motherfucker. What does that mean? A family was going through a grandfather's belongings at a home. What? How about the family was going through their late grandfather? Presumably, maybe this grandpa's still alive. We don't fucking know. But, like, what the fuck? Like, come on, man. This is a news organization. I mean, what is it? Looking at oh, Fox News, right? So, but bear with me here. They are ostensibly a news organization. Come on now. Someone then pulled the pin from the grenade and it exploded when police arrived. Well, I mean, okay, again, I mean, this is obvious, right? But it's like, this is painting the picture as if, like, they take the grenade out and they go, wow, look, it's a grenade. Boop. Right? Like, I mean, it's possible. It's possible. But I think it's more likely that it was either an accident, like it got stuck on a zipper, or it was under a lot of shit or something, and it was like, you want me to believe that they're going through a house where a family had a grandfather and they pick up a grenade and just pull the pin for entertainment? Like, I don't buy that one, right? It's my opinion, I think it was accidental. But again, even if they pulled a grenade's pin, I don't know, man. There's a good argument that they thought it was a toy. I mean, you still shouldn't pull a pin, like, but also, why the fuck did this grandpa have a live grenade? Like, think about it from this perspective. Like, this guy, grandpa, was like in World War II, maybe Vietnam, whatever the fuck. They're bringing a live grenade home. It just sits on the shelf, you know, 5 marriages go by, right? Then old Pappy dies in his lazy boy. And then, like, the fucking son-in-law comes over to clean out your fucking rat's nest. Whoops, there's that grenade from 60 years ago. Boom. Right? Like, just thinking about it from that perspective, man, like, wow. When police arrived, a 47-year-old man, later identified as Brian Neidert of Lake of Four Seasons, was found unresponsive and died. His 2 children, 18-year-old and 14-year-old, were taken to nearby hospital Porter County. A neighboring county sent its bomb squad to the scene to help secure the area and determine whether any additional explosives. The investigation into the incident is being conducted, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, there you go. So, in Indiana, we're just holding on to some live grenades for whoever knows how long. You know, that's one way to deal with the son-in-law. I'll tell you that much. You know, you're still pissed off about someone marrying your precious princess. Well, hey, let's leave a live grenade in the fucking in the closet somewhere. That'll teach him a lesson. But wow, I mean, fuck. Is there any way to safely dispose of the weapons? Probably. I mean, the most obvious one is don't bring the grenade to your house. You know what I mean? Like, wherever you got the grenade from, probably better off if you left it there. That's my right. Like, that's step 1, as far as I'm aware. That's step 1. Leave any and all explosives where you find them. Do not bring them to your house. That's my official advice. When finding an explosive, best to leave it there. So, oh god. Where are we at here? Alright, let's get into the politician shit. We're moving into the politician portion of the show. So we talked about dead kids. We talked about concentration camps. We talked about grenades found in people's houses. Let's actually talk about the people in power. The people that, at least ostensibly, are responsible for this mess that we're dealing with. Now, again, I personally think the voters are more to blame than the politicians. That's my thing. The politicians are garbage, but who the fuck elected them? Stupid fucking Americans. Stupid fucking voters. I think Americans are evil, dumb, ignorant sons of bitches, and they make the intelligent people in this country suffer from their own stupidity. So, but let's check out Exhibit 7 of Dumb Fuck Politicians. this one I learned about a couple of days ago. Now, again, I took a couple of weeks off of the news. And so apparently while I was out, Feinstein came back to the office, but then also she never left. And more. Feinstein's primary caregiver, Pelosi's daughter. By the way, this is an excellent photograph. Like I mean, it looks like Dianne Feinstein's like about to like cast a spell. Like she, like you, like, you know, you ever play the Elder Scrolls, you know, like Skyrim or some shit? You're going through those like fucking catacombs and like those like undead zombies, like they come out of the walls and they start like doing magical spells. Right? Like that's what this is. I see this, I'm like, whoa, calm the fuck down. I gotta get a potion out on this bitch, right? Like, what is this? Why is she going like this? You know, like she's like conjuring some like summoning magic or something. Anyway, let's read. When Senator Dianne Feinstein walked into the Capitol last week, I mean, again, let's just be honest here. Like, you know, walked into the like, I'm just, what, did she really walk into the Capitol? Like, I'd love to see a picture, right? Like, I'm just out of, you know, I'm not trying to be rude. I got old people in my family, you know, some of them are alive, some of them are dead, but they're old, right? So, and you know, walked into the hey, I'm Pixar, it didn't happen. Am I allowed to say that? I'm not sure. Into the Capitol last week, ending a months-long medical absence, she was accompanied by Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, a small entourage of aides, and a close personal confidant with a storied political pedigree. Nancy Corrine Prouda blended into the swarm around the legendary California Democrat. The San Francisco Chronicle made note of her presence, but left unreported amid the spectacle was the larger role that Prouda, the eldest child of the former House Speaker Nancy... Wait. What? Hold the phone. Hold the phone. What? This bitch is a Nancy Jr.? I'm not saying it's impossible, right? But Nancy Pelosi, did she really name her first kid Nancy Jr.? Like, I gotta look more into this, man. What? Like, is this real? I'm gonna be honest. I don't know anything about Pelosi's family, so maybe I'm reading this wrong. I don't know, man. This shit blows my mind. This bitch is literally naming her kid Nancy Jr. That's crazy, man. Wow. Wow. That is fucking wow. I mean, hey, you learn something new every day. But Nancy fucking Jr. is apparently the aide. Is that the one? Who knows? Okay. Not only did Nancy Jr. escort Feinstein around, that's her new name, by the way. I don't care if she has a different last name, whatever the fuck. Her name is Nancy Jr. From now until she dies, Nancy Ass Jr. Not only did Nancy Jr. escort... I'm sorry, I can't... Okay. Not only did Nancy Jr. escort Feinstein around Capitol Hill last week, she was again at her side yesterday, helping aides surround the senator in a Capitol hallway. Helping aides surround the senator. Like, I mean, okay, I'm just gotta figure this one out. So she was helping the aides surround the senator? Like, man, okay, like the word surround here, right? So like, maybe I've got an overactive imagination. So Nancy Jr. comes along, she's wheeling the senator, and she's helping other people surround the senator in a hallway? Like, I guess helping the aides surround her, like, to make, like, a human shield? Like, what? Like, okay, so Nancy Jr., who, by the way, after living, like, however old she is, like, what is it, like, 59 or some shit, did it say? I don't know. After living maybe 50 years being Nancy Jr., right, She then arrives at the Senate gates with Dianne's fucking wheelchair, and she's building like some like human shields, like a human centipede type situation to protect the senator from like, you know, presumably summoning like a horde of skeletons. Like, who the fuck knows what's going on with these hands, right? So, wow. That's pretty interesting. Okay. Multiple people familiar with the arrangement say it's only the most visible part of a quiet but critical role the Pelosi family has played in helping to take care of the ailing senator. By the way, does Dianne have a family? Like, does anyone know? I don't. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't look this up. I could have just searched Dianne Feinstein children, but I chose not to, right? This is more entertaining for me. Like, why the fuck is Nancy Jr. taking care of her? Like, doesn't she have her own like, I don't know, like a cousin? Anybody? Like, I'm just curious. I don't know. But I'm not curious enough to look it up. You know what I mean? So, by all accounts, the arrangement is rooted in a long and friendly relationship between Feinstein and Pelosi, twin pillars of the San Francisco politics. But among some of those who are aware, it has also raised uncomfortable questions about Nancy Pelosi's political interests are in conflict with Feinstein's personal interests. The intrigue surrounds the future of Feinstein, C. Pelosi, blah, blah, blah. So, what we're basically, you can read all this if you want, but, you know, I read a little bit into this the other day. And essentially, in between Nancy Jr. Either helping or hurting Dianne Feinstein's attempt to summon undead skeletons, I don't know what the fuck, right? In between that, apparently Nancy Sr., and emphasis on senior in this instance, Nancy Sr. is afraid that if Dianne Feinstein resigned, that a black person might become senator. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that the only reason Nancy Sr., emphasis on senior, wants Dianne to stay is because she hates black people. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to think it, but I'm not going to say that. But, like, so, again, the governor, Gavin Newsom of California, who has the ability, if a senator resigns, to appoint a new senator before a special election, said he will nominate and appoint, not nominate, just appoint, they have unilateral power here, he will appoint a progressive black woman to the Senate as soon as that opportunity arises. Nancy Sr., not to be confused with Nancy Jr., you may be confused because they have the same fucking name, but Nancy Sr. says, I hate black women, especially Barbara Lee, so we're going to have this zombie stay in office for 2 extra years instead. Completely paralyzing Biden's ability to even get a single judge in because she hates black people that much. Hey, now again, I should take that back. I think she hates black people. I'm not going to say for a fact. I mean, let's just put it this way, okay? Let me get this proof that Nancy Pelosi does not hate black people. Because I just, you know, I want to be very fair when I say this. She is the former House Speaker. You know, people do take this shit very seriously, you know. I don't want to get people leaving me comments say, how dare you call Nancy Sr. a racist. I mean, that is unacceptable. I don't want to deal with this, right? So, you know, let's deal with a situation where we find proof, irrefutable evidence that Nancy Pelosi actually likes black people. So, there you go. There's the other side of the argument. But again, it's very interesting, one, that Nancy Pelosi named her daughter Nancy Pelosi. That's interesting. I find that very interesting. I also think it's interesting how much she hates black people. Like, to me, like, the idea, like, you know, if I can't even imagine hating any sort of group so much that I'm willing to abuse the fuck out of my friend of, like, how long have they known each other? Like, 50 years? Like, 60 years these motherfuckers have known each other? And Nancy Pelosi's like, I hate black people more than I care about your end-of-life comfort? I mean, that's crazy. That is crazy. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I read that and I'm like, wow. Now, the only other option is that Nancy Pelosi doesn't hate black people, which, citation needed, right? Or the only other option is that she just genuinely loves to see women making their own decisions, right? And now, Dianne Feinstein can't make her own decisions, because she's got fucking dementia. Her brain doesn't even exist anymore. But hey, whatever. Her brain's Swiss-ass motherfucking cheese. But you know what? She's a girl boss. She can make her own decisions. Part of this article says that Dianne Feinstein argued with people about whether or not she was absent for 3 months. So she's in the hospital for 3 months. She gets back to work. Someone's like, hey, are you feeling refreshed? And she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I've been here the whole time. Right? So I just want to say this. If anyone is watching my show that has any sort of position where they could ask any of these people questions, if you could ask Dianne Feinstein what year it is, I would really love to know. But as far as I'm aware, the only options here are that, one, Nancy Pelosi named her only child at that point, eldest daughter, her first child, Nancy Pelosi Jr., right? That is fucking insane. And then she also hates black people for no fucking reason. So much so, like she despises black people, especially black women, so much that she's willing to abuse her acclaimed dear friend on live television. Like, again, it's one thing, that you're abusing someone who's they're on their deathbed, they got cancer. You go into the room, maybe you steal their watch or something, sell it at a pawn shop, get a couple $100. Hey, they're not going to know any better. They're fucking demented, right? That's one thing. Taking advantage of old people. That's elder abuse. That should be illegal. That's one thing. Nancy Pelosi is like, hold my beer. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this all on live television. It's all going to be in public. Step one, I'm going to name my kid Nancy Jr. 40 years later, we're going to keep Dianne Feinstein hostage on live TV. Like, I'm just trying to figure this one out. How is this even legal? I mean, I know how it's legal because America doesn't give a fuck about old people, But I'm just, sitting here wondering, how the fuck is this legal? They're literally abusing an old person on live television. We all know it's happening. And the only discernible reason as to why this is taking place is because Nancy Pelosi Sr. hates black people so fucking much that she's willing to destroy one of her only friend's souls. That's how, again, that shit's crazy to me. Where, think of your best friend. Maybe not a best friend, but just think of any friend. Now think about it. Do you hate any particular race or ethnic group so much that you would be willing to become Jigsaw and trap your best friend in some fucking bear trap, mount on their fucking neck or some shit just because you hate black people? That's crazy. I mean, fuck me, that's insane. But to be honest with you, that is less insane. Rather, that is more logical than naming your eldest girl daughter, right? Just, this is a girl, this is a daughter, Nancy Pelosi Jr. I don't know what's worse, hating black people so much that you abuse your friend on public television, or naming your only child Nancy Pelosi Jr. They're both pretty bad, but either way, that's the Dianne Feinstein situation. There's your update. So I hope I provided information to you. Wow. Man, oh man, I'm not gonna lie, doing this show once every 2 weeks, now this is a show. If I did this show once every 2 weeks, I would have a lot of fun. I'm having fun. Wow. That's some crazy ass shit. But speaking of crazy ass shit though, wow, we're gonna get into the Twitter portion of the show. I know, Twitter, I know. Woo! I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I deleted my Twitter app from my phone. I was taking a news break over the last 2 weeks. I took, again, yesterday, the day before, I was getting back into it, but I tried to take about 2 weeks off of reading any news. I uninstalled Twitter. I deleted all my bookmarks. I logged out. I popped in a couple times, just to see some happenings. But apparently, and if you got a Twitter account, maybe you should think about deleting your account while you still can. Because a Twitter bug is restoring deleted tweets and retweets, including my own. Now, not my own, I'm just reading the headline here. Users are reporting that tweets they mass deleted are reappearing on their profiles. It's another example of Twitter's unpredictable behavior under Elon Musk. So, you know, you want to delete your cringy tweets? Well, earlier this year, on the 8th of May, I deleted all my tweets, just under 5,000 of them. This is from James Vincent at The Verge. I know the exact day because I tweeted about it. Wow. This morning, though, I discovered that Twitter had restored a handful of my old tweets, my old retweets, interactions I know I scrubbed from my profile. Those retweets were gone. I remember surveying my bare timeline with satisfaction before thinking, great, time to draw attention to myself. But now they're back. You can see them by scrolling down my timeline past May 8th, with even more appearing if you select tweets with replies. The retweets themselves are completely run-of-the-mill. There's a video of kids cheering a construction worker Sopranos meme about Lindy. Remember Lindy? Me personally, I haven't seen The Sopranos yet. I know it's good. I'm saving it. All right, motherfuckers. People ask me, when are you going to see The Sopranos? You see I'm saving it. I already know it's good. I'm aware it's good. I'm saving it, you know? It's not every day you get to have a show that's just in your back pocket. You know it's already going to be good. Haven't seen it. I'm saving it, okay? So shut the fuck up about it. Just thought I'd answer that question. But the oldest dates back to 2020, a video from the George Floyd protest that I would have shared while they were happening. Why on earth is Twitter restoring 3-year-old information? And what does it say about the ability of the platform's users to control their own data? Nothing good, obviously. I'm not the only one to notice deleted tweets resurfacing recently. I only checked my timeline after seeing a post on Mastodon via Ryan Broderick's newsletter, in which a user complained on May 17 that 34,000 of his deleted tweets have been restored. Last November, I deleted all my tweets, every single one of them. I ran redact and deleted all my likes and my media retweets. My media and retweets. Tooted! Open source developer Dick Morrill. Now, I get it. So, for those of you that don't know, toot is Mastodon's version of the word tweet. But this is a sentence really, as far as sentences in the English language are concerned. Now, I know Dick Morrill, that's his name. I get it. That's not his fault. That's his parents' fault. But again, let's just read this sentence. Tooted open source developer Dick Morrill. I don't want to hear the word toot and dick in the same goddamn sentence, all right? I know it's his name. I don't know if you can hear this goddamn lawn mowing shit going on. Some neighbors mowing the goddamn lawn. Anyway, it's not clear how widespread this problem might be or what the cause is. It could be due to the tool used to delete tweets, though I used tweetdelete.net while Morrill said he used a redact. While some have speculated it's caused by Twitter's servers being moved around and accidentally restoring the data. So, you know, it doesn't really matter, actually, what the mechanism is. All that you need to know is if you have a Twitter account and you're trying to delete some cringe, it's not working. Can you hear this, by the way? Like, this motherfucker's got the loudest lawnmower on planet Earth. I guarantee you this guy's mowing their lawn with a combustion engine. I'm about to call the cops on this motherfucker. That shit's banned, okay? Anyway. Twitter sucks. I hope they can't hear me. You know, like, I can hear them because they have a loud device, but I hope they're not, like, listening to me and doing my show. You know, I'm always nervous about these neighbors. Anyway, it's a news show. On the news show, I do news. Folks, I've been gone for a while. You know, one thing about taking a large break is that not only do I not get paid, but I also spend down what little money I have. So feel free to give me some money on Cash App if you want. I mean, it's an option. You could. You don't have to, right? It's not, but you could. Feel free. All right. I want to talk about Elon Musk. Well, real quick. If you can hear the lawn mowing, this window is like right. I mean, it's not right next to the property line, but it's kind of close. So that's why the lawnmower is so loud. But we're going to talk about Elon Musk. And apparently a couple of days ago, now again, I took a break from the news. This is a little old now. But a couple of days ago, Elon did an interview with CNBC. I don't know if you... CNBC, and this shit was crazy. Now, I got 2 clips, and I'm going to do 2 separate segments on this so that I can farm watch time, views, and likes. So bear with me here. So I might set this up a second time. But here is a clip of Elon Musk talking about people working from home. Now, crucial context, right? There's a pandemic going on right now that has killed millions of people. The pandemic is an airborne virus that transmits via the air. This airborne virus has killed millions of people. So, Elon Musk, who said that this airborne virus would disappear by April of 2020, is now talking about why he thinks people should be in the office. Now, if this guy were intelligent, he would actually provide a list of reasons for why he believes people working in the office is actually superior for workflow. He is not going to do this here. At least, I watched half of this. He didn't do it in the first half. I will say it's possible he did it in the second half. But instead, well, just watch. I'm not going to get...
That people need to...
I got to fucking get a goddamn gain on this one so that you can hear it over the fucking lawnmower.
Are more productive when they're in person, and really, man, the whole sort of work from home thing. It's like, I think it's.
So, for those of you that don't know, 20 seconds in, this guy is struggling to even come up with a sentence. What are we talking about? Again, we're talking about working from home. You may have forgotten what we're talking about because he doesn't know how to answer a question.
Look, there are some exceptions, but I kind of think that the whole notion of work from home is a bit like the fake Marie Antoinette quote, "Let them eat cake." Mm-hmm. It's like really, you're going to work from home and you're going to make everyone else who made your car come work in the factory. You're going to make the people who make your food that gets delivered that they can't work from home. The people that come fix your house, they can't work from home, but you can. Does that seem morally right?
Yo. Okay. Elon Musk is talking about morality here. Does it seem morally right that you're allowed to work the laptop class, by the way? I love that. The laptop class is one of my favorite things in the world, the goddamn laptop class. And this motherfucker, I don't know if you can hear this motherfucker. The laptop class. So, now keep in mind, Elon Musk, he works from home because he has no home. He lives at Twitter, right? So this guy works from home. But the other thing that's fucking crazy about this guy is, again, he's talking about morality. This is his big thing. Like, he's lamenting the fact that white people and Japanese people are having less kids and that black people are having more kids. He said that on Tucker Carlson. He's like, why are black people having so many kids and why are white people having so few kids? Oh my God, it's the end of civilization. That was a couple weeks ago. But now he is talking about how I love the working class. You're working in a sandwich shop. I'm just like you, buddy. I'm thinking about you, but he's not. He's not. Now, again, what is the context? We're living in a deadly pandemic where there is an airborne virus that is killing millions of people. If your job is capable of being done remotely, it's probably better if you did it remotely. I'm going to be honest. We should probably be looking into making sandwich shops more COVID safe. We should be looking into making factories more COVID safe. We should be. We're not, but we should be. But again, this idea that working from home is fundamentally worse, is he going to provide any arguments other than, you know, ad hominem, unrelated, I'm a working class hero, man?
It's messed up.
You see it as a moral issue?
Yes.
I mean, I see it more as
And
just
it's a productivity issue, but it's also a moral issue. People should get off the goddamn moral high horse with the work from home bullshit. Because they're asking everyone else to not work from home while they do.
And yet
it's wrong.
There's still pushback.
Look at, by the way, just look at this guy's body language. It's wrong, man. Yeah, man. It's like, yeah, man. It's like, it's fucking wrong, man. It's like, man, these fucking guys and their laptops, and there's like, yeah, fuck yeah, man. It's going. Like, what is his body language, dude? Look at
Oh, bullshit. Because they're asking everyone else to not work from home while they do.
And yet
it's wrong.
There's still pushback, by the way. It's still going on. This battle is still happening. I mean, leaders of organizations, and I speak to plenty of them, I want people back. I want people back. 3 days a week, they're still battling. It's not clear that it's ever going to change. People are not coming back 5 days a week.
Look, the laptop class is living in La La Land, okay?
Now, again, what is the laptop? Now, again, think about it from this perspective. Elon Musk is one of the richest individuals who has ever existed in the history of the world. And he is accusing other people of being uppity and using terms like the laptop class. What does that even mean? Shouldn't it be the desktop class? If you're working from home, wouldn't it make more sense to have a desktop? I don't know. A laptop, fundamentally, right, like, is easily portable. You can bring your laptop home and to work. So I'm just like, I don't know, man. The word, like, the term laptop class doesn't make any sense. But again, this guy is a multi-billionaire. And again, you know, a lot of people, a lot of Elon fanboys, I shouldn't say the word people. I'm talking about Elon fanboys. Again, those are, in fact, mutually exclusive. It's a Venn diagram, two circles that have no connection. People, Elon Musk fanboys, right? But I know a lot of Elon Musk fanboys get triggered when I talk about this, but Elon Musk had a Tesla factory where 100% of the people on the floor were black and 100% of the supervisors were white, and they were documented talking from like these goddamn balconies and calling them racial slurs, overworking them, denying them the ability to use the bathroom, right? And there's a lawsuit that was going on that basically amounted to Elon Musk having slave plantations, essentially. They wouldn't pay these people, horrible working conditions, and again, constantly exposed to racism. So again, this is the kind of guy we're talking about. So when this guy's trying to talk about how he's really, man, it's like he's in like some like fucking, like, I don't even know, like, who does this? Like, who talks like this, man? Like, this guy is, like, watching, like, music videos, and he's getting his body, because he doesn't know how to speak to normal people. He doesn't actually interact with normal people. So he gets his, like, mannerisms from, like, music videos in, like, 1996, you know? Like, man, it's like, the laptop class, bro. It's like, man, fuck them, man. Fuck the laptop class, man. They're living in, like, La La Land, man. It's like, what? What? Like, I'm just like, what?
As I said, you can't. But look at the cars. Are people working from home here? Of course not. So the people were you know, building cars, servicing the cars, building houses, fixing houses, making the food, making all the things that people consume. It's messed up to assume that yes, they have to go to work, but you don't.
Now, this idea, like, first of all, go to work. What does go to work mean? Like, billionaires don't work. Elon Musk doesn't work. He's never done a day's work in his life. All he does is, like, cry and whine about shit and pay people to do work for him. But this idea, like, we're talking about working from home. We're talking about working from home. I know. I'm getting triggered here. They're still working. they're just working at home. Like this. Now again, this idea, like Elon Musk is trying to be like, man, it's like, bro, it's like, it's all bullshit, man. Like the laptop class, it's like, you know, it's like wiggity whack, man. It's like, it's bullshit, man. And it's like, is he going to say any argument, by the way, 2 minutes into this 3-minute clip, any argument that like, oh, working in an office is better. It gets better work done. You know, the work productivity per hour is higher when people are together. Any stats, any studies, any research? No. It's just, it's like a moral issue, bro. It's like, fuck, man. Moral issues. Like, right? Now, again, I'm going to watch 2 Elon clips. This is the less dumb one, okay? Like, the other one is even dumber, but this one's still pretty dumb.
How is that? That is, it's not just a productivity thing. I think it's morally wrong.
Like the guy who is saying black people have too many kids and who also employs racists that recreate slave plantations in his Tesla factories is going to tell us that the laptop class is morally wrong. Like, that's just... God, man. I mean, just also, like, look at this guy's shiny ass forehead. Like, put that thing away.
Although productivity is definitely impacted too, and the ability of people to learn, and I mean, on and on. Listen, I
mean, look, you know, people will disagree with me about this, but it's like. So
if you want to work at Tesla, you want to work at SpaceX, you want to work at Twitter, you got to come into the office every day.
Yes, I mean, you know, like I'm not saying, I'm saying like, look, put 40 hours in, you know, and frankly, it doesn't even need to be like, you know, Monday through Friday, you know, you could work Monday through Thursday, and I'm also not saying no one should take, I mean, I think people should take vacations. Like I work 7 days a week, but I'm not.
Like, just to be very clear, he does not work 7 days a week. Now, I just want to talk real quick about language. Again, language shapes how we see the world. Think about the word work. 4 letters, W-O-R-K, work. Now, what is work? Right? Sweeping the kitchen, that's work. Making breakfast, that's work. Mowing the grass, that's work. But oftentimes, people associate the word work with a job that they don't necessarily like or want to do. Now, I'm someone that works from home. Is this work? Doing a podcast? I get paid for it. People, they give me money for some fucking reason. Is this work? Now, right? I used to do a show every day, 7 days a week. Now, I couldn't say I worked every day, 7 days a week for multiple years straight. But if someone who's a janitor hears the word work, and then they know I'm talking about doing a fucking podcast and playing video games, right? These are not equivalent. But, like, the thing is, Elon Musk, he knows, right, he can use the term work to virtue signal to people. Oh, he's working 7 days a week, man. He's working 7 days a week, man. He's hardcore. He's working all the time. And what is work? Like, he's sitting in a fucking goddamn board meeting with his fucking feet on the desk, telling people to, like, undelete people's tweets. Telling people, like, give cat turd a fucking check mark. Telling people, make sure LeBron James stays on... That's not work. Now again, either everything is work, or nothing is work. That's the thing. If we want to say that, like, you know, calling somebody to set up a show is work, then... you know, whatever, then anything is work. But you know what? That's the thing, is most people don't think about it. They don't really think about the language. They just hear the word work, and they go, well, I work. Elon works. Why ain't these people working? Even though people that work from home, it's literally in the name, they work from motherfucking home. Like,
expecting others to do that.
How much sleep do you get, by the way?
About 6 hours.
You do? 6 hours, typically?
Yes.
No, that's not bad. I thought it would be less.
I've tried less, but my productivity, even though I'm awake more hours, I get less done.
Okay.
And, and the brain pain level is bad if I get less than 6 hours.
But you work 7 days a week.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually only, in terms of actually, you say like how many days in a year do I not put in some meaningful amount of work? It's probably about 2 or 3.
Right.
but again, how many days per year do I not put in some amount of work? But what's work? Now, again, I just want everyone to understand the reason why I don't like Elon Musk, and I think he's a whiny little bitch, and I think he's really insufferable, especially, again, his fanboys, and that's what they are. There's not a single intelligent person that likes Elon Musk. They're fanboys. That's it, full stop. Is that 3 minutes? You were given 3 minutes to talk about why you want people to not work from home. And he did not cite a single argument. He did not cite a single argument, a single study. He did not cite a single, like, research, internal, he didn't even say, like, man, it's just vibes, bruh. Like, all he really said was, like, you know, they might work better in the office, maybe. That's not an argument. That's not it. But again, I don't know, man. I don't know. Jesus. Thank you all for the membership bullshit. I'm not going to lie. Like, I don't know what the fuck. I'm going to go look out the window real quick. Like, this guy's like, Jesus Christ. Alright, so I have returned with the discovery that it apparently is not a lawnmower, but apparently the neighbor is getting construction done on their house. And what that means is I'm going to be putting up with this for a long time. That's the wrong one. So they're getting construction. There's like trucks out there and everything. There's like, I don't even know what the fuck. Thought that was some mowing lawns. So I mean, I was like, you know, you would have finished mowing your lawn by now, but that... Anyway, Anyway, there's another goddamn fucking Elon clip, right? So it's not affecting your... Well, for me, I'm not going to lie to you. It's like... It's really distracting. But I'm trying my best not to fall apart here. But thank you, Ali CIA, Tyler, and Raylon for the memberships. I appreciate it. But there's an even dumber Elon clip. So again, Elon... Just to trigger the fanboys, and... That's what you are. If you have even 1% respect for Elon Musk, you are not a person, you're not people, you're not a thinking, rational person, you're a zombie and or a fanboy, probably both, okay? A zombie, you sleepwalk, you have no critical thought, and probably both, but it's also possible independently, you're just a fanboy. Or you got posters on your wall, like your desktop wallpaper is like fucking Elon Musk and like the Dogecoin, whatever. And I know a lot of people, again, I'm coming into this a little late. This happened like a week ago now. I'm not sure. But again, I was gone for a while and I want to talk about it. This is Elon Musk talking about his tweets. So again, Elon is doing a softball interview. Like we're talking like this guy is world's biggest cuck. Like if you were to get like a top 10 list... Right, the biggest cucks on Earth, like the motherfuckers without any spine, like these are invertebrate, like Homo erectus, but not even really, like these are like fish in the primordial soup looking motherfuckers, right? This guy, I don't know this guy's name, I don't want to know this guy's name. Number 3 maybe number 4, maybe even number 2, world's biggest cuck. And Elon Musk still fails. So let's watch. Gotta load this.
Let's talk a bit about your tweets, because it comes up a lot. Even today, it came up in anticipation of this. I mean, you do some tweets that seem to be, or at least give support to some who would call others conspiracy theories.
Well, yes, but I mean, honestly.
Now, I know. We're just getting started, okay? So, question. Well, you tweet about some things that people might say are conspiracies. Answer. Well, yeah. But, I mean, it's like, yeah, they're a little conspiratorial, but it's like. Now, again, in one clip, this is the clip I just did. It's a separate segment. But in the previous clip, he was like doing like, he's like in a 1990s like fucking like music video on like VH1 or kind of shit. He's like, this is like bullshit, man. It's like he's doing this kind of thing. And then he switches gears to like, he's like he's like Socrates, he's like thinking about the world. He's like doing this fucking thing, right? You ever see this? And now again, I love body language. I hyper focus on body language because I'm autistic, right? So this guy, like whenever you see him switch gears, he's trying to be cool. He's trying to be like, yeah, if I do this, it makes it really look like I'm a serious person. Now again, keep in mind, what did I say at the top of this? The only people that even have any more than 0% respect for Elon Musk are zombies. Either they're not people, they're just sleepwalkers, right? They don't even know what's going on, right? They're going to wake up one day on their deathbed and go like, whoa, right? Like that's the average person. That's 90 to 95% of Americans, and a lot of them like Elon Musk. A lot of them don't like Elon Musk, to their credit too. That's the other thing, is even zombies can find their way to not like Elon Musk. So, but the other one is or Elon Musk fanboys, right? And so it's subconscious, right? These people are so stupid that when they see Elon go like subconsciously, right, they read, oh, this is going to be a smart answer, right? They subconsciously go like, yeah, Elon, yeah, wisdom, power, woo, right? I just need people to understand body language is an important aspect of communication. And when you have fanboys and zombies, again, people that do not know how to think for themselves, watching this, it's very easy to brainwash them. But let's keep going.
Some of these conspiracy theories have turned out to be true.
Which ones?
Well, like the Hunter Biden laptop.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Now, what does that mean? Some conspiracies are true. Like Hunter Biden laptop? What was the conspiracy? Did he have a laptop? Like, I'm just, like, what's the conspiracy? Like, now again, notice this. And by the way, world's biggest cuck is like, well, yeah, that one's true. But he didn't even, what was the, Hunter Biden laptop is not a conspiracy. Okay? What is, that the laptop was fake? Is that the conspiracy? That there is no laptop? Is the conspiracy that it was all AI generated? What's the conspiracy, and which part is true? We don't really know. But like, what is, like, some conspiracies are true, therefore all of them deserve consideration? Like, but like, you didn't even prove that a conspiracy was true. But then also, what is it? So Hunter Biden has a laptop. Therefore, what? Like, Hunter Biden has a laptop, therefore coronavirus will go away by April 2020. What? Like, Hunter Biden owned a laptop at one point in his life, therefore George Soros is going to destroy humanity. Like, I'm just like, oh, well, you see, George Soros, well, you know what he is. And, well, you see, like Hunter Biden had a laptop and well, but okay, let's keep going.
That was a pretty big deal. There was Twitter and others engaged in active suppression of information that was relevant to the public.
Now again, this is hot on the heels of Elon Musk banning Twitter in Turkey. Did anyone see this shit? He is limiting Twitter in all kinds of countries. Pakistan, Iran, Turkey. And India. And he's basically just censoring everybody at all times. Right? But is that a conspiracy? Is there any conspiracy there? No, of course not. But someone deleting some tweets like 3 years ago, that's a conspiracy apparently.
That's a terrible thing that happened. That's election interference.
But how do you make a choice? You don't see.
So it's interference to delete us. Now again, I'm not saying I support Twitter censoring Hunter Biden's laptop. I don't care. I don't give a shit either way, right? But you are the head of Twitter. You just censored the entire website, protesters, opposition parties, politicians in several countries. And then the next day you go out there and say, well, I mean, Hunter Biden had a laptop, man, and they deleted a tweet like 3 years ago, bro. This guy is deleting tweets now of protesters in countries like India right now. He's doing that literally right now. But it's like, man, it's like wiggity whack how they like, bro, it's like bullshit. The laptop class is like, they were like, what if like I have a laptop, but like Hunter Biden is like, you know, like he can't have a laptop because like, you know, it's like, you know, and then we got to delete the tweets and it's like, you know, but it's like, this guy is deleting tweets right now. But again, the fanboys, they don't care because, again, they're zombies. I need you to understand, anybody who likes Elon Musk, more than 0%, it's a binary in this instance. Unlike most things, I'm willing to say this is a binary. You either hate Elon Musk, which means you can be a person. Now, again, a lot of zombies also don't like Elon. So it's not like you're automatically an intelligent human being or an intelligent life form on planet Earth if you don't like Elon. It's pretty obvious that this guy's a dumbass, right? But if you have even a modicum, like 0.01% respect for this guy, dumber than dog shit. You don't even, like, you should be laughed out of any, like, really, you're gonna fall for the most obviously scammy billionaire in the history of billionaires? Like, I mean, at least Bill Gates, like, had the fucking wherewithal to, like, stay out of the cameras for most of his fucking crusade around the world, destroying things with his wealth. At least Jeff Bezos knows, you know, maybe I shouldn't be in the public eye so much because otherwise people, you know, but Elon Musk is the dumbest of the billionaire class and people still like this. Again, I made a mistake. I should not say the word people. They are not people. But let's keep going.
I mean, in terms of when you're going to engage. I mean, for example, even today, Elon, you tweeted this thing about George Soros. Well, I'm looking for it because I want to make sure I quote it properly. But, I mean, you know what you wrote, but you basically...
It reminds me of Magneto, which is like, you know, calm down, people. This is not like made a federal case out of it.
You also, you said he wants to erode the very fabric of civilization, and Soros hates humanity. Like, when you do something like that, do you think
I think that's true. That's my opinion.
Okay, but why share it? Why share it? Especially, why share it when people who buy Teslas may not agree with you, advertisers on Twitter...
So again, the fact that, now, George Soros... I don't care. Like, I mean, like, think about it. Like, how rich is George Soros? He got a couple bill? Like, what, 5 or 6 billion that Soros has? Now, that's a lot of money. I don't think anyone should be allowed to have anything more than $10 million. That's my stance. I'm an anarchist. I don't believe in wealth. Like, as far as relating to our current society, I believe we should have a 100% wealth tax after 10 million. I'm willing to even entertain 5 million, okay? So I don't think we should have any billionaires. But this guy's got like, what, 5, maybe 6 billion bucks? And that's like divided amongst his whole family. Because Soros gives his family money. Elon, on the other hand, he just abandons his kids, right? He ruins his relationships with his children and then attacks them on Twitter, right? But Elon has like $250 billion all to himself. Now, I'm just trying to figure out, like, what is like, and notice the conspiracy, right? Like, Elon never explains how George Soros hates humanity. It's just, he hates humanity. That's a fact. We know that fact. Well, you know, how do we know? Well, you know. All we know, George Soros hates humanity. We don't know why he hates humanity. We don't know what the mechanisms are. We don't know what the proof is. All we know, he hates humanity. Let's keep
Twitter may not agree with you.
So anyway, just to be clear, this interviewer is basically asking people, you are losing money and people are not investing in your companies because you sound like a crazy person. So why do you sound like a crazy person in public? Why can't you just tell your friends? That's the question. Let's go.
Why not just say, hey, I think...
This is another one, by the way, body language. This one. Yes. I'm really absorbing this conversation. Yeah. Yes. Well, you see, it's right. Again, the body language here pisses me off.
This, you can tell me, we can talk about it over there, you can tell your friends, but why share it widely?
I mean, this is freedom of speech. I'm allowed to say what I want.
You absolutely are, but I'm trying to understand why you do, because you have to know it's got a... It puts you in the middle of the partisan divide in the country. It makes you a lightning rod for criticism. I mean, do you like that? People today saying he's an anti-Semite. I don't think you are.
No, I'm definitely. I'm like a pro-Semite.
God, I mean, the cringe. He's a pro-Semite. Yo, I'm not like an anti-Semite. I think, the Jews they were trying to destroy humanity, but like, really I'm pro-Semite, if anything. I mean, hey, it's pretty pro-Semitic to say that they have so much power. Am I right, people? Right? Like, what?
If anything.
I believe that probably is the case,
Yes.
but why would you even introduce the idea then that would be the case?
I mean, look, we don't want to make this a George Soros interview.
No, God, no. I don't want to at all. But what I'm trying, even came up though in the annual meeting. I mean, do your tweets hurt the company? Are there Tesla owners who say, I don't agree with his political position and I know it because he shares so much of it? Or are there advertisers on Twitter that Linda Yaccarino will come and say, you got to stop, man. Or, I can't get these ads because of some of the things you tweet.
Just to be clear, the video is still on, just to be clear.
I'm reminded of the scene in The Princess Bride. Great movie.
Great movie.
Where he confronts the person who killed his father. And he says, offer me money. Offer me power. I don't care.
See.
Question. Why are you telling us how much you hate George Soros? Answer. I mean, it's like the movie, you ever see, like, the fucking, like, the princess, man? And then there's that guy who's like, I want money, what? And it's like, and it's like, what the fuck does this have to do with the question? Like, just think about it, right? Like, he was sitting there for, like, what felt like 28 years. Got stuck in a time loop of some kind. And that's the best he's got? To quote some fucking movie? Now, again, just to be clear, I haven't seen the movie. I don't know what the reference is. The reference could be accurate. It could be inaccurate. It could be a correct quote. Could be an incorrect quote. I can't say. I haven't seen the movie. But, what the fuck does that have to do with the goddamn question?
Just don't care. You want to share what you have to say.
I'll say what I want to say, and if the consequence of that is losing money, so be it.
Okay.
Now, I want to say I agree with Elon Musk here. I often say things that are unpopular that I know cost me money and subscribers. But guess what? The things I say are not, the Jews control the world, wah! Right? The things I say are, maybe billionaires are a little fucked up in the head. The things I say are, maybe Democrats aren't all they're cracked up to be. Like, Elon Musk is like, well, you know that guy who's like, who like killed a bunch of people and said he was doing it because he's a Nazi? Well, like, what if he wasn't a Nazi, man? And then, like, his other conspiracy is like, well, you know Paul Pelosi who almost got killed by someone? Well, like, what if they were, like, gay lovers, bruh? It's like, these are this guy's conspiracies, you know what I mean? Like, I'm all for conspiratorial thinking, right? Because ultimately, what is conspiratorial thinking? It's something that is against the grain. So I have no problem with somebody that believes in conspiracies, right? But it's about what conspiracies they are. It's about what are the facts. Why do you think this? What has led you to believe this? And Elon Musk cannot answer those questions. He does not tell us why he thinks George Soros is a horrible person. He just tells us that he thinks he's a horrible person because the Princess Bride or some shit. Like I don't. If someone asks me why I don't think JFK was killed by Lee Harvey Oswald, I'll be able to answer the question. Okay? If someone asks me why, for example, I don't know, George Bush became president, George W. Bush became president in the year 2000, I'll be able to answer that question, right? This guy, even when asked why or how or what, he just can't answer a single fucking question. Let's keep going.
But I mean, when you link to somebody who's talking about the guy who killed children in a mall in Allen, Texas, and you say something like it might be a bad psyop. I'm not quite sure what you meant, but...
In that particular case, there was...
Again, notice the body language. This is I need you to really understand this. Billionaires do not do anything without reason, okay? I'm not even a billionaire. I don't do anything without reason on my show, right? So when he retreats to this, you know, when he crosses his leg onto his other leg, when he does this, right? This is a defense mechanism. He does this because he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, but he wants dummies to perceive him as intelligent, okay? I need you to really he might not even know why he's doing it. It might be subconscious, right? But he does, anytime he's pushed in any way, he goes... It's a defense mechanism. He wants people, because he knows what he is saying is garbage. He's aware of that. But he knows if he just does this, people will take a screenshot and go like, "Beast, Elon's so smart," or whatever, right?
Somehow that's not that that obviously people were killed, but it was, I think, incorrectly ascribed to be a white supremacist action.
So just real quick, by the way, I didn't cover this on my show. I took a break. Some neo-Nazi went to a mall in Texas and killed a bunch of people for no reason, other than he's a neo-Nazi. The police already said, confirmed, that the guy's body has swastikas all over it. The guy has swastika tattoos literally all over him. Elon is like, well, you know, it's like a psyop, bro. It's like, you know, it's like the CIA is like planting these neo-Nazi shooters so that they can get people to like hate Nazis, man. And like, you shouldn't hate Nazis because it's like George Soros. Like,
and the evidence for that was some obscure Russian website that no one's ever heard of, that had no followers, and the
not to mention, by the way, on this website were, I don't know, photos of Nazi tattoos, right? I'm just like hiding the ball here. Now again, if you believe this is a psyop, you should have to explain why you believe it. That's all I'm asking, is to hear an argument. Are we going to get an argument? Let's keep going.
The company that found this is Bellingcat.
Right.
And do you know what Bellingcat?
Now, just to be clear, a company did not find it. Some guy who works for the company found it. Now, again, say what you want about Bellingcat, whatever. That's not the issue here that we're discussing. We're discussing the fact that the cops confirmed this guy's got swastikas aren't all over him.
Does psyops.
Right. I couldn't really even follow exactly what it was you were trying to express there. So that,
What is this one?
I couldn't really even follow exactly what it was you were trying to express there. So that's in part why I was curious.
I'm saying
The argument essentially boils down to, trust me, bro, I looked it up. I did my own research. That's this guy's argument. Trust me, bro, I did my own research. It's like, man, it's like, fuck. You know, it's like this whole, like, Texas shooter, man. It's like, it's whack, bro. It's bullshit, man, that the laptop class is trying to make us hate Nazis, man. I say this, you know what? What if George Soros is the Nazi, man? It's like, whoa. Like,
I thought the ascribing it to white supremacy was bullshit.
okay.
And
so, the guy with swastikas tattooed on his chest, killing a bunch of people. I mean, hey, to say that that's white supremacy, man, I mean, you need more evidence. How many swastika tattoos do you need to be a white supremacist? Like, I mean, hey, some people get, like, you know, they think man, it's like, you know, it's like the swastika was, like, originally, like, you know, like a Buddhist symbol, and it used to mean, like, peace and love, and it's like, you know, and it's like, if it's, like, reversed or whatever, it's like, man, like, these people, they just love the art, man. And it's like, yeah, they just got that Buddhist peace and love symbol all over their body, and some of them are 45 degrees, and some of them are not, but it's like, man, you know, you need at least, you know, 15 swastikas to really make me think, maybe this guy's a white supremacist, man, because he only really had 14 swastikas on him, man. And it's like, you know, 14 swastikas, it's like, you know, like, remember that one guy who was, like, giving Clarence Thomas all that money, and then we found out he had Nazi memorabilia, and it's like, man, he only had, like, 15 uniforms and, like, 3 signed copies of Mein Kampf, man. It's like, he only had 3 signed copies of Mein Kampf, man. Can you really call him a Nazi, man, when he only has 3 signed copies of Mein Kampf? Like, I'm just like...
And that the information for that came from an obscure Russian website and was somehow magically found by Bellingcat, which is a company that does psyops.
Yeah, also the local sheriff's department. But hey, that's just a coincidence. But anyway, there's your Elon cringe for the day. I'm sure that there's more that this guy has gotten up to in the last couple of weeks, but feel free to field them to me if you'd like. I don't know, or don't. You don't have to if you don't want to. Anyway, that's the show. How's everyone doing? This is going to be the Q-cock portion of the program. Feel free to Q-cock it up. You know, I'll hang out for another little bit. Max is currently a bed dog. This guy. Yeah, that's right. I'm talking about you, Max. How have I not seen the movie? I just haven't done it yet. I'm sorry. Any nice walks with Max? I guess, yeah. 2 weeks off, it was okay. DMT, sure. Did I get out of the house? No. Do I think Tesla will eventually be sold off and have Elon kicked out? Absolutely. It's just a matter of time. Have I heard about John Carmack, who, you did not spell that correctly, speaking at an anti-woke sci-fi event? Yes, I did see that. Did I give thumbs up or down on fasting? Thumbs up. Thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. Well, maybe 1 thumbs up. It's kind of hard. Loading a bowl, listening to Musk was almost nauseating. Damn. Anti-Putin Russian troops capturing villages. Sounds cool. A Hackner holiday. I don't know what that is. Yeah, these motherfuckers apparently, I thought they were just mowing the lawn, but they mowed the lawn to make room for construction. Like, there's trucks all over the... Like, you know, you'd think you'd have to inform your neighbors. Oh, by the way, just thought I'd let you know, we're going to have 17 fucking trucks in our front lawn right next... You'd think, you know, at least a sticky note on the door, but... When you... If I abandon Signal, I just haven't... I haven't checked anything, so... I turned all notifications off, so it's not, yes. You hear this fucking shit? Tyler and I made a new holiday on my live stream. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Fuck. And cock, for that matter, while we're on the subject. I should be banging sounds at them? No. It's not worth my time. Nor is it worth my energy. Oh, God. I haven't eaten anything today, so my plan very shortly is to consume some victuals. But yes, by the way, I will be going back to my regular schedule of taking off on Wednesday. So, I thought I would share that. I will be taking off on Wednesday. The motherfucker's got a chainsaw going on. I have to call in. Oh, why? Why? Tim Scott, who? The fucking Di-Fi. Every time I see Di-Fi, I think about DeFi, decentralized finance, which is a crypto bullshit thing. Which is really funny that Di-Fi from San Francisco. But yes, I did. I also covered Nancy Pelosi Jr. I realized today that Nancy Pelosi named her first child Nancy Pelosi Jr. Can you believe that? Nancy Pelosi Sr. I didn't know this. No one told me. She named her first child Nancy Pelosi Jr. Insane. Insane. Who the fuck does that, man? Holy fuck. Daniel Cameron? I don't know who that is. Apparently not. Global solidarity. Apparently not. You're mistaken. Goddamn Nancy Pelosi Jr. Oh, fuck. I know that, Boondocks. I was making a joke. Oh, Daniel Cameron is the DA who didn't bring charges against Breonna Taylor's murderers. Right, right. Yeah, I remember that fucking press conference where it was like, oh, well, you see, killing Breonna Taylor, totally fine. In fact, that's what we were there to do. We were there to murder black people, of course. But you see, one of the officers tried to murder black people, but accidentally shot through the wall, and, the neighbors are white, so it's like, oh, so the one guy, this shit blows my mind. The one guy who missed is the only one who got charges. Shooting a black woman to death for no reason, that's fine. If you miss, you got charged. Oh my God, man. That shit is crazy. It is insane. It did not talk about Santos yet. I'm still looking into that. But, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much done here. To be honest with you, this is the end of the show. To be honest, I mean, I'm just keeping it real. Show's over. Not gonna lie, I think it's breakfast time, a little bit. But I don't know how to end a show. I'm really bad at this. So thank you for watching. I think. Thank you. Have a good day. Maybe.